This is for you, Sagittarius. You have the World, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. So you know what that means, right? The World and the Five of Cups represents you pretty much letting go. You, Sagittarius, are letting go of people and things and ideas that essentially hold you back. Why it is that you got the Eight of Cups and why you got the World, because you're seeing things from a greater perspective. And a lot of you, Sagittarius, are seeing that, you know, you're using that mind of yours to understand that not everybody around you all the time really has your best interest in mind. And the Five of Cups represents, you there as well. Okay, even though you're letting go of some people, there's a cautionary tale to pay attention to whom exactly are you letting go of, because you don't want to let go of so many people. You just leave the people that care about you, break up the bond between yourself and the people that care about you, that have your back, that really have your best interest in mind, just because you, Sagittarius, are learning a little bit more about yourselves, right? That would actually be the opposite of learning about yourself. It would just show how lost you actually are. So you, Sagittarius, really want to be careful with the quality of the people that you are keeping and the quality of the people that you are cutting off. If these are people that are dysfunctional, their life is not put together in any shape, form, or fashion, they're going nowhere, you want to cut those people off, okay? To the people that have your best interest in mind, there is no need to get rid of those people, right? And actually, they're well-to-do, and they actually have your best interest in mind, and they're doing good for themselves. There's no need to do that, because there's this emphasis, and I've talked about this, but we're getting into another layer. We need to get into this too. There's this ideology that a lot of people tend to have to be quite dysfunctional because they're breaking up a bond that works quite well. And that if they didn't do anything to break it up, the bond would have probably gotten even stronger, and it would have been a very good relationship if it wasn't for people doing everything that they could to mess it up. Now, I'm not saying that you, Sagittarius, are going to do that, but what I'm saying is mind who it is that you're doing that to. The Two of Swords and the Five of Pentacles represents, because you don't, again, this is just more emphasis. You don't want to do that blindly and just cut everybody off, because, and I'm learning this lesson myself, right? I'm learning this lesson myself, that's not necessarily always a good thing. Because I used to talk about how, sometimes I want to go ahead and leave and stuff like this and just bounce. And I am building up the money to do so. But at the same time, I'm like, as I'm becoming more wise, not necessarily having to get older to get wise. The wiser I'm getting is the more I'm like, all right, okay. That's definitely not really a very good idea or the best idea that I could have had. So instead of doing that, this is what it is that I'll do instead. I'll be there, have their best interest in mind, actually be around, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I won't travel, but it means that, it means that while my family is here, be here, stuff like this. The thing is that the Eight of Pentacles now is about how because you Sagittarius are very much so learning to self-improve. But no matter where you are on the planet, you can always self-improve no matter where you are. Okay, so don't make it so much of an emphasis where you have to cut people off in order to do it. The King of Swords and the Page of Cups, right, represents how it represents how the problem that you're having, because I'm seeing what the problem is, or part of the problem. The problem that a lot of you Sagittarius are having is you are having a problem being able to actually get anything that you want from others, whether it's romantic interest, whether it's family, whether it's friends, you Sagittarius are having a problem with it. You're having a problem because some of you Sagittarius perceive yourselves as not actually getting anything that you want. And that's not really the case. It's just that you have to figure out a way in which you can communicate. And that same straightforward communication that you Sagittarius do. See, Sagittarius, y'all will communicate about everything else straightforward except for your own feelings and what it is that you need. And that's exactly the one thing that you need, because the King of Swords and the Page of Cups represent the dichotomy that's in you, Sagittarius, where once again, you know, even when it comes to relationships in particular, you're going to need to actually have direct communication. What is going on with you, Sagittarius, where you need what you want and what you need. See, you can be direct about everything else except for actually telling people internally what is going to keep you in a relationship, what has you being secure about a person and not broken. And the thing about it is that the Queen of Cups and the Empress is about, that's the thing that you're internally fighting. That's the thing that you need to build wisdom on. What is it about yourselves that you Sagittarius do not perceive that you're getting much love in that particular area? Why? Because the Page of Cups and the Empress represents, because for you Sagittarius, like I said, and then you got the Temperance at the bottom anyway, which is Sagittarius. But this is just the deck unshuffled, right? But what are the chances, right? So this represents how, once again, you have to be very mindful about what it is that you're doing. You know, and forget about all those TikToks and forget about all that social media stuff and TikToks. You don't need to abandon every single person. No, you just need to abandon people that would essentially try to stuff you down and push you down and not put you in a position to actually prosper. That's the people that you need to push down. Not push down, but leave. That's the people that you need to leave and get them up on out of your life. That's the group of people that you need to leave, because, you know, again, this ideology of, you know, maybe you may need to take a vacation and a trip. Once again, you can take a you know, and I'm getting it from the world. Once again, you can take a vacation being right in the location where you are. It's just a matter of how it is that you set up those sessions of relaxation and rest. Are you doing it correctly? Or is it that you let your mind run amok and then now you feel like you have to stay busy, otherwise you're not getting anywhere in life? And somebody who has a lot more subscribers than me and has way more views than me, she's right here on YouTube. You know, I'm not going to say her name, but she says it all the time, unless you want me to say it. But she said, you know, she sent me an email and it said, look, 80% of the results comes from 20% of the work, but you just have to know what it is that you're working on. And that's the same scenario for you. The Empress represents, you can find somebody right where you are as far as proximity, but it's the quality of the people that you keep. See, let's clarify the Empress. Because see, the thing with you Sagittarius is that you Sagittarius be having, you analytically freeze. And what I mean by that is you Sagittarius be finding great people, but sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes your analytical skills will have you freeze up because you think to yourself, getting with them is a big step, and are you actually ready to be with one person? And that person essentially is like, you know what, you Sagittarius may not necessarily be serious about being together, or you may have other things going on. Why don't I just duck out of this situation? And that's sometimes how you Sagittarius have a problem, because you have analysis paralysis, right? And doing nothing at the timing, doing nothing in a time where you're supposed to do something is just as terrible, okay, as doing too much. So let's clarify the Empress. Now, I'm not going at you, Sagittarius. I'm just saying this is what the cards are saying themselves. So, to clarify the Sagittarius, you have, to clarify the Empress, you have the Knight of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Emperor, and the Eight of Pentacles. Right. This, again, once again, this is about your own inner qualities, right, that you need to cultivate. A lot of you Sagittarius are smart. A lot of you Sagittarius are very quite well read. A lot of you Sagittarius are, you know, not all of you, but I'm saying in a general sense, right? A lot of you Sagittarius are music lovers. Talented when it comes to music, very passionate about life and being in the skin and enjoying life while you're still here, right? While you still exist in this manifestation. So why don't y'all do that? But why don't y'all do that from a perspective that actually works? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that what y'all do doesn't work, but what I am saying is, from hanging out with Sagittarius, having Sagittarius in my family, literally as my immediate family, as an immediate family member, or whatever the case may be, a lot of y'all Sagittarius really deal with internal self-doubt and your own internal confidence issues. A lot of you Sagittarius, from what I come to find out, a lot of you Sagittarius, y'all burn, y'all smoke, you know what I mean? And a lot of that stuff comes from the idea of having to try to figure out, or to medicate what in other words, in a chemical way, to figure out how to boost your confidence. And what I'm trying to say to you Sagittarius is, y'all got to learn to be able to do that without having to have that. You know, if you still want to go ahead and burn, if you still want to go ahead and do what you do, then cut that down a little bit to where you don't utilize that as some sort of crutch in order for you Sagittarius to exist and to live and be happy. Bring it down a little bit so that way you're able to actually enjoy your life, but you get a good mix of the two. And then the thing is that the Emperor and the Eight of Pentacles is about, remember who you are. A lot of you Sagittarius too, you need a lot of internal talk. You will meet new people, because Sagittarius, right, are social sign. The earth signs are not very social signs. Taurus and Capricorn is not very social. Virgo, yes, to a certain extent, but yes, Virgo is the most social sign out of the earth signs. Water signs are not very social signs. Fire signs and air signs, you Sagittarius, you are. So you will meet new people, but it's up to you Sagittarius to make sure, okay, that when things don't necessarily work out between you and them, if things don't work out between you and them, you're not taking it such a hard hit spiritually, thinking that it's all 100% you. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, you Sagittarius have to work on your own internal talk. Peace.